Last week, it was revealed that Donald Trump and his administration, and because it's Donald Trump, the Republican Party, their approach to healthcare would once again be attempting to destroy the ACA, throwing more than 30 million people off of their health insurance, ending protection for pre-existing conditions, and all of that, despite all of Donald Trump's promises that he was gonna have universal healthcare as president. It was gonna be much cheaper, much better. They decided, no, we're just gonna go back to repealing it and maybe replacing it with something someday. We don't appear to have a plan. We've only had 12 years to come up with one. How could you expect us to be done yet? But there was a lot of negative backlash to that. People don't like the idea of being left to suffer and die without health insurance, it turns out. And so he's decided, you know what, we're gonna amend that plan just a little bit. Here he is talking about it.
Essentially, what I'm saying is we're going to come up with a health care plan. We're not going to vote on it until after the election. We'll all promise it's going to be our first vote, because we blew it the last time. Man, I was fed a bill of goods. I want to tell you, some of you, I'm still a little bit angry, but not all of you. Wasn't even your fault, but we should have done it when we had the position, but we're going to get it back. And it's going to be a better plan. But this is going to be something, I think, that has even more potential. It's going to be a better plan. I already know what they're doing with it. And we're going to use it. We're going to campaign on that plan. And it's so much better than Obamacare. Now,
by the way, that last line, it's so much better than Obamacare, that is the most detailed information about the plan that we have so far. And you pointed out, like you made a noise while he's talking, when he's like, it's gonna be so much better, I already know what's in it. Like, that is projection. There's no plan. He doesn't know what's in it. That's why the most specific thing he can say is it's better and cheaper. But he's been saying that for years.
Yeah, there's no way you can know what's in something that has been created, because they've already said they don't know what they're doing with it and they have no plan. So yeah. It's a constant. If you give a lot of vagueness, you don't have to give any details and say it's going to be this, it's going to be that. I've said it many times. I remember I gave up on politics in I think it was 5th grade when I ran for treasurer in student council. And the kid who beat me, I was like, we're gonna do this. I had structure and agenda. This kid said, free pizza parties, longer recess. I said, this is ridiculous. So you just give general vague things. It still works from 5th grade all the way up to the presidency.
Which class president in elementary school has ever been allowed to stretch recess?
That's what I said.
Nobody's been allowed to.
I was like, you can't do that.
Then you're not an idealist. Okay, so, and also, we're gonna vote on it after Election Day. That's like 2 years away almost. Like, how much of an admission is it that no one is gonna like your plan if you ever come up with one, that we're not even going to like reveal it for 2 years effectively? And look, there's a reason I think they're backtracking. Nobody's buying it. Nearly 60% of voters say that they don't have a lot of trust or any trust at all in Trump when it comes to healthcare issues, possibly because he lies constantly. On the other hand, a majority of voters, 53%, have a lot or some trust in Democrats to protect the healthcare system or enhance current policies because, well, primarily they're not trying to get rid of it. That's one thing. But then, so we've been like trying to drive home. They want to throw 30 million people off their health insurance, and I think that Donald Trump is hearing that criticism because take a look at I would say the most disingenuous political statement of the week comes in this tweet where he says, everybody agrees that Obamacare doesn't work. Premiums and deductibles are far too high. Really bad healthcare. Even the Dems want to replace it, but with Medicare for all, which would cause 180 million Americans to lose their beloved private health insurance. That's disingenuous doesn't cut it. You need to come up with a new word. Like, oh, you think I'm throwing people off? They're throwing people off by giving them other health insurance. And yes, people like health insurance. They don't love the privateness of their health insurance. That's not what, that's ridiculous. But honestly, that's not that far afield from what some Democrats do in attacking Medicare for all.
Yeah, it's everything that he said. This is on every subject that he talks about is based in believing him over the reality. So if he calls your private insurance beloved, then suddenly it's beloved. You know, suddenly if Democrats are throwing everyone off of health insurance, suddenly it's just them. It's only based, that's why you have to have a deity type of relationship with him, because no matter what he says, he's right.
Yeah, and it'll work for the base, but a lot of people don't trust him on those issues. I mean, you remember during the campaign, he was saying like, we're gonna pay for it, universal health care. Man, how fast he fled from that. Don't trust Donald Trump. That's an easy lesson to learn after all this time. Thank you very much for watching this clip from the Damage Report. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell on YouTube to get notifications of our new videos. And of course, you can catch the full Damage Report live every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on TYT Network on YouTube TV.